In terms of availability, another common piece of equipment that we have available to us outside of the gym is the exercise band. Because most of our clients have this available to them, if we're training them at home, we can utilize this piece of equipment to help to plan string phases and to progress common exercises. With that in mind, I'm going to show you a couple of our favorite variations to do so and some different ways that you can progress each one. For pushing, for horizontal pushing, in fact, one of our go-to exercises is a split stance band press. This is a really, really good exercise to teach pushing in kind of an environment that doesn't involve much shoulder activity by keeping the elbows down. What I'm going to ask the client to do is just press forward. This is a standard split stance band press here. All right, once the client becomes proficient in this exercise, we can move to things like an alternating band press, or even progressing to a one-arm band press as they become more proficient. From here, we can vary things like the angle, just looping the band around the bottom here. And even foot position. Press from a horizontal stance here, or even a kind of weird staggered stances to just make things a little bit more interesting. All right. What we can also utilize the band forward pushing is to make a common push-up harder. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to loop my hands around the band, put it behind my back. Really want to make sure this is secure so it's not bouncing around as you're pushing up. Again, come into a push-up position here. This provides constant resistance throughout the push-up, a little bit more at the top. Perform a common push-up, okay, or I can also perform a half push-up where I'm in this bottom position, or at the top position where it's providing the most resistance. One of my favorite exercises to do with this would be an isometric hold at the top, followed by one at the bottom, or vice versa. Moving on to pulling, we find the mirror opposite of the press. We've got the horizontal band pull. You can either start the client on their feet, or we can start them in a seated position here, chest up, simply pulling down. As they become a little bit more proficient here, we're going to move to one arm, and then again we can vary the angle. We can move it a little bit higher. Do things like face pulls or half kneeling pull downs, one arm pull downs. Really, the possibilities are endless. Just knowing these basic variations that kind of give you a menu to work with. Our last component would be our leg exercises. All right, some of our favorite bilateral exercises here for squatting would be simple band resistive squat, coming down and up. We're simply holding a half squat. Okay, what is called a good morning. Okay, where we're leaning forward, working the posterior chain, the hamstrings, or a straight leg deadlift, where this would be a progression on the good morning, leaning forward, the leg straight, or bending the leg, coming into more of a deadlifting, bent leg deadlifting posture. Some single leg exercises that you can do that are supported would be a split squat, moving into a reverse lunge, or even elevating the foot where you're going rear foot elevated split squat. Whatever exercise that you choose, the idea with the band is to create a little bit more resistance, standing on it, holding it in this position, to kind of give a little bit of variety to your client's workout. You can move into things after the client becomes more proficient. You can move into things like a lunge or a squat with a press, with a row, or with a curl. Make exercises more dynamic. Again, really the possibilities are endless, but by understanding these basic variations, you can build a great foundation and exercise menu.